Alright, this week we're going to be looking at addition and subtraction of fractions. We're going to also be looking at decomposing fractions. So let's take a look at our first example. We're going to look at the fraction 7/8 and decomposing it into its unit fraction. A unit fraction means one part of something. I'm going to start by drawing a model of 7/8. I'm going to divide this model into 8 equal parts. I'm going to shade in 7 of the 8 parts. 2, 4, 6, 7. 7/8 of this model is colored blue. Now let's look at what makes up this model. There's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 parts. So each individual part is 1/8 of the whole. So I'm going to label each part 1/8. Now, how many 1/8 pieces do we have that are shaded blue? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So if we add 7 1/8 pieces, one, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 1/8 pieces equals 7/8. Let's look at a few more examples. Let's look at the fraction 2/5 added to another 2/5. I'm going to draw two models showing 2/5 plus 2/5. I'm going to set up my middle point, and I'm going to part each piece into fifths. Now I'm going to shade in 2/5 of the first model and 2/5 of the second model. There's two ways to look at this. I can count my number of blue parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 4 blue parts. And the size of those parts did not change. They are still fifths. We do not add the denominator because each piece is 1/5 of the whole. But we have a total of 4 1/5 parts that are blue. Another way to do this is join them into one model. I could remove this piece from this one and move it into this model. Then I could remove this piece and replace it in this model, and this also represents 1, 2, 3, 4 fifths. Sometimes we'll be adding fractions and they will go over one whole. Let's look at an example of that. 7/8 plus 7/8. I'm going to draw two models of 7/8. Excuse me. Let's change that to 7/8 plus 5/8. I'm going to part each model into 8 pieces. In the first model, I'm going to shade 7 of the 8 parts blue. In the second model, I'm going to shade 5 of the 8 parts blue. Now we know each one of these pieces is an 1/8, so therefore our denominators do not get added. We're going to count our blue parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We have 12 1/8 pieces. This is called a fraction over a whole. And this sum is correct. But there's another way to write this sum. We could take one of these pieces. I'm going to take this one and remove it from this model into this one. I've now made one whole model blue. One whole is the same as 8/8. And now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 eighths in this model. So another way to write 12/8 is 1 whole and 4/8. And it's not required, but you could even rewrite 1 whole and 4/8 as 1 1/2, because 4/8 is equal to 1/2. Now let's look at an example of subtraction. Let's look at the fraction 6/6 minus 4/6. In subtraction, I'm going to draw one model. I'm going to draw a model of the fraction that I'm beginning with, 6/6. I've got a whole. So I'm going to shade all 6 of these in. Now I'm not going to draw a subtraction sign and draw a model of 4/6, because 4/6 is what I'm removing from 6/6. I'm simply going to remove 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 from that. I have 2 6 left. There's still 1/6 of the whole, but only 2 are remaining. Let's look at one more example. So for this subtraction, I'm going to start with the fraction 10/6. This is over a whole, so I know I'm going to at least need to draw one whole model with 6 parts and shade it in. But I need one more model drawn because I've only shaded in 6 parts. I need to shade in 10/6. So I'm going to draw a second model and shade in 4 of these. I now have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10/6 shaded in. You might be noticing that 10/6 is also equal to 1 whole and 4/6. So let's subtract 5/6 away. The size of the parts remain the same. They're all part of one model divided into the sixth. So now let's subtract 5/6 from 1/6, 2/6, 3/6, 4/6, 5/6. And I'm left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5/6. Thank you, and I hope this helped.